on our YouTube channel. So we do have a YouTube channel that we just started. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then we also have a Facebook page. That one is called at UNM-Shizad. Like our page, follow our page. The cultural presentations will pick up again in the fall. So we will continue to do presentations. Normally we do presentations on campus. We invite people to the UNM main campus, or we also we've been hosted by the UNM School of Medicine. They've hosted one of our last in-person Diné Culture Night. And they're held here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So depending on our situation, and hopefully our situation gets better over the summer and we are able to meet a bit in person in the fall. If not, we will continue with the online presentation.
Yeah, hakék'ehashchíín so okay. Hakék'ehashchíín. So you're walking past prayer, okay? We're gonna go through some vocabulary here. So dootł'izh. Okay, start with dootł'izh. We go with Shema. Nihighan. sit'é. Okay. We're going to start our walking path here. So, the way I was told, you always start with beauty way prayer. Introduce yourself to Mother Earth and Father Sky. Then we'll start. You usually hear these next 4 words a lot. So, tsííkááʼ. Thinking. Planning. Life. Hope, thankful, reflection. Then we got the next 4 words. We hit the directions. Shut West Navajo. Okay, north. We'll start with the morning. Everybody goes through morning, don't matter who you are. dootł'izh. Evening time. So that's early morning dawn, dootł'izh noontime, parts of the day. Dawn. Go with spring. Summer. Fall. Winter. Then let's jump over to mountains. Blanca Peak, White Shell Mountain. dootł'izh. Amont Taylor, Turquoise Mountain. dootł'izh. Humphreys Peak. Diné Abalone Shell Mountain. Hesperus Peak. Black Jet Mountain. Bááh. Bashani Tzil. Let's go with our sacred minerals. Yolkai dootł'izh. Dootł'izh. Bashani. Bashani. Akho. The was your nahastli the nana. Was your nahastli times 4 dootł'izh. Akho. Okay, so hakék'ehashchíín, so your walking path prayer. So let's go over the vocabulary here. Let's start on top with your dootł'izh. Then we say yisdzáán, tsííkááʼ, nitsahakes, Diné Nihighá'n, directions sit'é, nahook'hán, dootł'izh, dan seasons dootł'izh, depends mountains, dootł'izh, the secret minerals, So let's go ahead and say our prayer right now. So we'll use the vocabulary right here that's in front of us. Hakék'ehashchíín, Shamanohostan, Shata Yadakil, and Sahakes Nahata Ina Sihasin, Shata Nahokos, Ayol Kat dootł'izh, tsííkááʼ, dan Hay, Sesna Jana, so dootł'izh, the Bensa, Yolkai, dootł'izh, Bashani. Hooghan. So we'll do that prayer to start off our day here. So let's move on to the next lesson here. You see drawing. Okay, so we're gonna go through each one that we went the 4 directions. Okay, so usually let's find the center of the page. If you have a black marker, black crayon, corner to corner, one way. Okay, so all we're going to be doing is going through colors right now. Okay, so the 4 main colors that we're going to be using today. So the lower portion here facing towards you, we'll make this east. On the left side, it'll be south. The top, let's make that north, and then the right side, no, top will be west. The north will be east. No, what to say? East, okay, east, south, west, north. Okay, so east is gonna stay white. Let's go blue. Okay, so let's color this in blue. So these are the 4 main colors that we'll be using. The 4 main colors basically that you need to know in terms of Navajo culture. So we got dootł'izh, we got tsííkááʼ, okay, the we got Nihighan. So this is one approach that you can use. Okay. Okay, so that is dootł'izh, Nihighan. Okay. Shata Navajo. Okay. East, south, west, north. Okay, let's move up. So you can also go this way too. Let's see. Do that way. So this part will be the moving to the south clockwise, the way the sun moves. It'll be blue here. Dootł'izh. Moving along clockwise. Okay. We got Nihighan over here, back to the northeast side. Dootł'izh, Nihighan versus what we did on this side. Dootł'izh, Nihighan. Then one last way, one more. You can use your imagination here if you want to do it different ways. You can just make the lines those colors. So now I'm just gonna go out from the center. So these are 3 different ways you can situate your colors and how they go with the 4 directions. Okay, so you got here, and you got this one more of boxes, and then this one's more of coming out from the center. So those are the colors that we're going to be working with today. So let me see. Let's work with the triangle ones. Okay. So let's start all over again. Okay, let's start here. Center the foot. Okay, so now we're going to take our drawing a little bit further. Okay, here's another way we could do it. Put a blue line there. Blue line here. And black line here. The bottom east stays black. Okay. Now we're going to introduce the home, hooghan yisdzáán. Okay. So if you've ever been in a hooghan, inside the home, probably the same as a regular square home. Okay. So that's our mother. Okay. It's a replica of our mother's womb. Which is but just when you were in that water bag. Okay. So let's add a hooghan here. Very important. Okay. Doorways always facing east. So then clockwise, always go the way the sun travels. Okay. Morning, noon, evening, nighttime, back to morning. So that's what so clockwise, everything we usually go clockwise. Okay. So that's hooghan. Okay. One the mother. And then right in the middle, you have, we forget the fireplace. Okay, okay, that's our Hajidne, where we came out from into the 4th world. Your belly button, It's the same thing. Your fireplace, hajime, the center of the basket. So those are all different ways to look at that. So that's the hooghan, okay? So let's go back here, okay? There's different lot of names that you can give the hooghan, okay? So let's take a couple. Nsahakes, beho one. Nahata, beho one. Na beho one. Sihasen beho one. The thinking home, planning home. The home was life and then being hopeful. Ado can do hayos kah beho one. Early morning dawn home. No dootł'izh beho one. Nahotsu beho one. Shahakil beho one. Morning home, noon, evening, night. Ado dawn beho one. Sh beho one. Ake beho one. Re beho one. This hooghan goes through all these different seasons, just like you do. Okay, let's go down here to their minerals. Yot gray, beho one. White shell home. Dootł'izh beho one. Dichili beho one. We got Bashini beho one. Okay, so those are different names that you can give the hooghan. Okay, some ceremonial terms there for the hooghan. So here we got Ayol Kah beho one. No dootł'izh beho one. Dana shimp beho. Ayol Kah no dootł'izh nahotsu beho one. Chahalkesh beho one. Okay, now let's add hooghan yisdzáán. Yeah, usually meaning your mom. So this is like the inside of your mom's womb. Okay, so usually add a leg here, then we add another leg here, we add a body, a head, and then a feather plume. That's what's yeah. Some hands, arms, fingers. Okay, so when you start, okay, there's a lot of stories to this, but the basic idea behind it is this hooghan is a replica of your mother's womb. Okay, you spent how many months was it in there? 9 months. Okay, in your mother's womb. Okay, so if you ever been into a hooghan, so let me draw a cross section on this side. There's, I guess a side view. I'm not an artist, but there's Chilete. Here would be the stove, the exhaust, Chilete. Then we'll put the door on this side, facing that way. So basically, this is the inside of your mom's room right in here. Okay, so this stove, yeah, belly button. Okay, then you're here, and the water bag, umbilical cord. Okay, little baby in here. Okay, ako nama, nilche, yeah, you know how to see. Oh, glad to start nilche. Okay, ado trois. Yitla, trois yitla. Ado tsííkáá'n. Yeah, all in there. Okay. Down that way. So the matronche, dootł'izh without you, ego. Without nahast anything, there's it nihimabiye. Okay. So that's a basic fundamental teaching here. But when you were in your mom's womb for 9 months, she breathed the air, drink the water, eat the food for you. Through her mouth, down her exhaust pipe, to her belly button, through the umbilical cord, to the water bag. Okay. So maybe future lessons will expand on this more. There's a lot of stories over you. So that's that for now. Presenting hooghan yisdzáán, the name of this hooghan yisdzáán. You could say Shema. Shema hooghan yisdzáán. My mother, the hooghan, yeah. Shema hooghan yisdzáán. So in here, inside this womb, you know, that's where she raises her children. She's where she takes care of herself. So she has her fire poker, her food, her water, her tools, all those things she uses to take care of her kids, her bed, her pillow, you know, her baskets, 4 different kinds, her jewelry, her belongings. Around her, she does her animals. She has food, you know, all the stuff that the evergrowth that her home and is made out with. So, so that's what she has here inside her home. So, when you stand, let's move up. So we got that when you stand, okay. Next one. Okay. Let's do the same thing. Let's center our page here. Corner to corner. Okay. Let's put our colors. Okay. Let me do a simple one. You just need the page quite so. Okay, so those are the 4 colors. So we're going to slowly go through what these colors mean. Okay. He can do that. You can just put a blue line here. Put a yellow line here. And then, so these colors don't mean one thing, they mean the multiple different layers of things. Different layers of things, okay? So I'm gonna start off with the first one. Let's put our hooghan here. Doorway. Clockwise. So doorway to doorways to your east here. Okay, let's put one yisdzáán. Let's put our mom or grandma, changing woman, your sister, you know, all the same idea, your auntie. And then it's east. Nalazada. But it's us for the plume. Bernardo, Bella George, Bella George. كجواب كان أيوة اسمها اللي حبيبي أكو دينا نتأيا هو يسدzáán So we started our prayer with let's go back here. Actually, let's go here. Okay. Using that analogy, which means Mother Earth. Okay, so let's do a side view of the hooghan here. Do the tatting bar this way, the blanket. Okay. So from here, maybe a replica of Mother Earth. Okay, the hooghan. Okay, from here, maybe to here, you could say is Yadishkil, a replica of Father Sky. So you always say that Shema, or that's first person, or you could say Nihighan, if you want to talk about everybody. Shit'é, my father. Nihikék'ehashchíín, our father. Okay. So, we have on the earth here, the earth's surface. Then up here, we have the cosmos. So, through this, people used to live in hooghan so all the time, they had an opening up here and they could see the stars through. So through this opening, they knew what seasons it was, depending on what stars they could see through the opening of the hooghan. So they knew, what month it was, what part of the season it was, or just the different things that they can tell. Although some of the constellations are up here too, on top of inside the hooghan, around the top. So that's how you can look at that. The hooghan. Okay. So back here. Okay, let's move on with our prayer. So we have tsííkááʼ. Tsííkááʼ. The whole one. My home, my planning home. Okay. And if you want to be fancy, you can use blue over here. We got Nihighan. The whole one. Okay. My thinking home, my planning home. We'll use yellow up here, but you won't really see it sometimes. Life. The whole one. Okay. The whole one. There's life in the home. Out to the north, they will use black. The life. Jizésí, the whole one. Okay. So here we go. Aujourd'hui, je m'enregistre. Je travaille dessus. Tsííkááʼ. Nihighan. Okay. If you want to pray for your home, you say Tsííkááʼ the whole one. Nihighan the whole one. The whole one. Jizésí the whole one. Okay. So basically, your home is your mother. Right? The way she nurtured you when you were small, from conception to birth, to your infant, toddler, elementary, middle school, high school. Okay, with that. So let's move on to the next four. Okay. So to the east, in tsííkááʼ, it's white. To the south, Nihighan. To the west, Jizésí. To the north. Okay, let's center our page here again. Okay. Okay. Let's go dootł'izh. So. Dootł'izh. Okay. Let's put our home in here so it's a little bit smaller. There's some stuff to write. Okay. Let's go with directions. So we got ha'a'ah, which is east, where the sun comes up. Maybe I shouldn't put east. Where the sun rises. We got shata'ah. Let's put that here. also means south, but sit'é is the sun travels the southern sky. So let's put where the sun travels southern sky. Okay, ado we got where the sun sets. Okay, ado we got Nihigháan. Directions. Talks about the Big Dipper and Cassiopeia going around the North Star, those two constellations, the Nihigháan. So put constellations revolving around North Star. Okay, so sorry my writing is not beautiful, but hopefully everybody can read it. Okay, so you can add the whole one. Where the sun rises. Shada where the sun travels the southern horizon. Where the sun sets. Nihigháan. So white, tl'gay represents east. Dootł'izh, blue, represents south. The yellow, tl'tso, represents west. Tl'gay, represents the north. Okay, that's how we break down the directions. So let's move on here to the next one. So these, you can make your own drawings if you want. Maybe in August we can go more in depth into parts of the days, into mountains, into shells and stuff. So this is just to show you how the 4 directions prayer is kind of like your walking path. Okay, so okay, next we're starting. Oh yeah, I always don't forget your belly button. That's it. Question. Parts of the day. Let's go parts of the day. So right here, okay, morning. Let's go noontime. Dootł'izh. The evening time. Twilight. Let's go nighttime. Then the cycle starts all over. Nighttime into early morning, dawn, mid-morning, noon, mid-afternoon, evening, sunset. Hooghan. Let's put our home again. Very important part of not being Navajo is your home. Okay. Feather plume. Billa Josh. I don't hayolkar. Do we say hayolkar? Then we can add Hooghan. Early morning dawn home. Hayolkar Hooghan. Okay. To the south. To say dootł'izh. Dootł'izh. Dootł'izh Hooghan. Okay. My noontime home. Okay. Nahotsui Hooghan. They told me you can't see yellow, so I'll use black here. Nahotu Beho1. Evening twilight home. Okay. Back to the north. Kijin. A Chahake. Beho1. My nighttime home. Okay. So Hayotka, morning time, dootł'izh. Noontime, Nahotsui, Chahake. Okay, these colors are based off that, what you see in nature. Okay, so around 4:35. Sohagaho, the early morning star. Once that rises over the horizon, that's when you'll see the early morning hayolka. You'll start seeing his feathers, his 12 feathers will start coming over the horizon like this. Okay, that's the time you go out there with your white corn. Now, as you can see the white quadrant here. Okay, that's the time all the good blessings are out there. Not when the sun comes up, but in the early morning dawns. Okay. The good white air. Okay. So everything that you want. Every morning. So I don't know how dootł'izh Beho1. Noontime. Nahotsu Beho1. Evening. Emergence. Okay. Evening time. That's where her feathers are. Come out at evening time. Your nighttime home. And then the nighttime is black, so that's why we black. Get the color black. Over here, the sky is blue, so we go with blue. Then the evening twilight is yellow, so we use yellow here. So that's where these colors come from nature. Okay. When you start with white, it's always beauty way. Maybe like a warrior way. We always start with black. It goes first. So then we end with white. That's the difference. So these are more the beauty way teachings. But so that's how colors and parts of the days work together. So that's where the colors came from different parts of the day. Wasn't made up. This is what we saw, or what our ancestor, the holy people, saw out there in nature. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to seasons. Okay, seasons. Like I said, we could do a whole lesson on here. Okay, from conception all the way to birth, through the different parts of the day. So then the same thing with so your hooghan is a daily calendar, and it's a monthly. A daily calendar and a monthly, yearly calendar. Okay. So let me get this situated here. So everybody should know what to do now. So we make this template. Okay. So just to okay, there we go. Okay, so this for time's sake, I'm just gonna make a line here. Or if you want to be more fancy, line all the way around the inside here. Just do it like that. For noon. Evening. Fall. Look today. We got winter. Okay. So spring, summer, fall, winter. Let's add our home. Always clockwise. From the beginning all the way to old age. Okay. Get our fire. Very important. One yisdzáán, 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 yisdzáán. All those are different stuff named after females. So we got hooghan yisdzáán here. We got her feather plume. We all have feather plumes. So yeah, right here. Bala nana bakanda bala. Bala George is astran. Yeah, the hakék'ehashchíín. Ako dawn. We got dawn. Okay. Spring. Okay. Ado, move along clockwise. Shabika. Sh. Ado, moving along. Well, I won't use yellow, I'll use black. So we got IK, which is the fall, and then winter. Okay. So these are the parts of the days, seasons that we go through every year. Dawn, sh, IK, then spring turns into summer. Winter turns into spring. Spring turns into summer. Summer turns into fall. Fall turns into winter. So here's a yearly calendar. And like I said, you can develop a whole lesson using months on this hooghan. Okay, that's how we used to tell what season it was, what month they were in. So another way to use that is by counting moons too. So Didan, yeah. And another name for your home would be Dan Behowan. My spring home, it goes through spring. Sh Behowan. My summer home, okay. Ado Ake Behowan. Ado He Behowan. Okay. Behota. So Dan Behowan, Sh Behowan, Ake Behowan, He Behowan. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Okay, so that's the colors associated with the different types of seasons. White goes with spring, starting, right here from the, and then we move into blue, noontime, which is also summer. Move into evening, which is yellow, fall. Okay, move into winter, which is to the north, associated with black. And thing, start all over. Okay. So you can use this hooghan right here to figure out your spring and your fall equinox, okay? Which is center here. You know how to use the North Star to make the hooghan. Auto to the south, your spring, summer solstice. So when your sun here reaches the northern, or the earth tilts in the south. Okay, auto over here, you got the winter solstice, when the sun is at the southernmost point, or the earth shifts. Okay. So this maybe next each one of these can be a separate lesson on their own. So we can make a whole calendar, yearly calendar out of this hooghan, and then we can know when the equinoxes and the solstices are happening according to the different positions that they'll hit. The light will shine inside the hooghan. Okay. So if you know how to make a hooghan on March 21st or September 21st, the sunlight is going to shine right through the center of your doorway. You have to do in their center. So, all right, let's move on. Same thing, situate the center of the page. But, and then let's move on to mountains. Okay. Let me do the center of the center. You can take your time and draw these too. So, Jamal, there's some real good artists out there. There's some artists, I'm not artists, but people that don't draw good like me. I'm a sloppy one. Abiga. think the message is getting through. Hakoshi. Ado heda di so he ashabika. Dore holtsia. Ado bejad. Ado betis. Beni. Ado betis. Ado bekan. Ado bekan. Billa Josh. Eho and yisdzáán, the hooghan woman. Ado, don't forget our fireplace right here, the core, the earth's core, the stove, the belly button. The sinner, the chol woman the door, not where we picked up changing woman. When the monsters are eating people. So, this lady right here, this person. A lot of different, she's first woman. Your grandma, your mom, your auntie, your sister, Okay, first one. On the Austin Sisnadjin. Okay, Sisnadjina. So let me write Sisnadjina. Sisnadjina. Okay. Yochkeitzil. That's White Shell Mountain. Yochkeitzil. Maybe I should have put it in order. Yochkeitzil. Okay. Ado another word for these mountains. Zil. Nata. Our leader mountain. Zil Nata. You can see if you're traveling the mountain far away, you can see the top of the peak. It looks like it's looking around, surveying the whole area. So it's not So in the third world, coming to the fourth world, that's when they became leaders. Ado sa'ah another word for it, okay? So this is the song. Sisnadjin, Yochkeitzil, Zilnat But those are the four ways to say the name of this mountain right here. And those are song lyrics too. Let's move over to the south and put our south mountain here. So it's over by Mont Taylor. Okay, by Grants. So it's then it's associated with the color blue. So we say dootł'izh, strong turquoise mountain. Don't we use the same one? Dootł'izh, sa'an hakék'ehashchíín. So dootł'izh. I'll do the sa'an hakék'ehashchíín. Okay, so Sisnadjin is white to the east. Dootł'izh is blue to the south. Okay, your home is also made out of these mountains. Okay, the lumber that your home is constructed out of. So stories long time ago, we're done. I'll tell a short story. So that's why these mountains are very important. Towards the west, we got dootł'izh. So let me put that over here. Dootł'izh. Okay, Ado di chilitzi. which is abalone shell. Okay, then you got zil. Not so okay. So this is dootł'izh. Stands for evening, stands for the west direction, stands for fall, right? So you guys know what the colors and the mountains stand for too. And also Ado coming around to the north. That's the Bensa. The Bensa. Okay. Okay. So the Be. It's Ado another name, Bááh, which is Black Jet Mountain. Bááh Ado Tsííkááʼ, Leader Mountain. So we'll just cover the 4 basic mountains here today. Originally, there's 2 more mountains, okay? Let me just show you where. There's one right there, Tsííkááʼ, and then there's one right here in the center. Okay, it's a chol. You can't really see it, but there's a mountain right there. Where we picked up changing woman. Yisdzáán, olha, they Tsííkááʼ. Kosisnajin so just to go sleep the pensa. So one story that I know is that he went out and brought 4 buckskins back. So in order to make a home with that, he needed some logs. So in a kind of spiritual holy way, maybe by light or by wind, okay? He went all the way to dootł'izh, okay? And he brought back a sati, okay? He brought back a single log that's going to be the main post from the east, okay? After that, he went over to dootł'izh, over here, okay, from dootł'izh. Then he brought back the log from this mountain, so it'll be the main pillar, the main post from the north or the south, okay? When he was done with that, he went over to dootł'izh, and then he brought back a log, be the main pillar, be over here from the west. When he was done with that, he went over to the Bensa, brought back a log, which would be the main pillar to the north. So these 4 logs, they're called sati, okay? And they make up the main logs that go in the home. This one right here, from Tsííkááʼ, the 5th log right here, okay? To make the doorway, okay? That's old age, the Santa, okay? Could you a beginning, then you move around with us. Okay, like I said, it's a case. Thinking Nihigháan. Okay, so you always think before you say anything. Okay, think. Come up with a plan. Okay, then implement your plan here. Okay, then over here you either be thankful, or you might have some hope. Reflect and say it didn't work out too much. So up to here, you're gonna start all over again if it didn't work out. Okay, let's take the same steps. If you come out real good for you, and you come, bring it in here. It comes one of your valuable materials, soft materials, or one of your hard materials. Okay, so whatever. Maybe if you've been wanting a buffalo robe for many years, you start your plan, Once you accomplish it, you can bring it into your home here. If you want a squash blossom set, which this mountain stands for, your jewelry, dootł'izh. You come up with think about it, plan it, go through. So by the time you get it, you bring it into your home. So this one's soft valuables. For your hard valuables. So these two are a pair. These two are a pair. These two are a pair. Okay. The first half. Okay. Your dad's flesh and blood. From your forehead all the way to your left feet. Your mom's flesh and blood. Okay. So you always give thanks. Okay. When you have a ceremony or when you're praying, you say thank you. Your dad's parents. So thank you. You put a real handsome man on this earth. Those are my parents. I won't be here without my parents. So okay, without your grandparents, your dad won't be here. Without your dad, you won't be here. Okay. Over here is the male side. You say thank you. Your mom's parents. Okay, so you put a real beautiful lady on this earth. That is my mother. Thank you very much. Without my mother, I won't be here. Okay. So your dad and your mom, they put their love together. Okay. So that's who you are. Your beloved child on this earth. Oh, there's a lot of stories and teachings. So this is just about mountains and the hooghan. Okay. So let's move on to minerals, secret minerals. Okay,
639. 639.
dootł'izh. Dootł'izh turquoise. White shell. Dootł'izh turquoise. Dootł'izh abalone shell. Dootł'izh a black jet. 4 secret minerals. And same thing. That's what they stand for. Morning, noon, evening, night, east, south, west, north, spring, summer, fall, winter. Yisdzáán. Okay. So they're all interchangeable ideas, metaphors. Okay. hooghan. Hooghan yisdzáán okay. So they're hooghan. Square head, I was told that's a female. It's a round head, Diné. Get your fireplace. Then now you can start adding your mountains if you want. Depends. Inside this hooghan, okay, this is the beginning right here. 0 age, the old age, 100 plus. Okay, so kind of going off here. Okay, when you get here, you'll be 25, 50, 75. Okay, so as you're walking along, you can be traveling. Okay. That's a rainbow. Okay, now see the dootł'izh. So as you're born, You spend 9 months in here, but there's ch. You come out into this world, you start here, and you start walking on Shabbat, dootł'izh. So that's another story all on its own. Ako yoshkei, white shell. Okay, yoshkei. Let me see if I can draw a white shell. White mother of pearl. Yoshkei. Other people call it white mother of pearl. Okay, from the ocean. Dootł'izh. Turquoise. Okay, stands for the south. It's a mineral to the south, mineral offering. So that you go through morning in a good way, travel to the east, then go through spring. Okay. We got abalone shell. The sit'é. Abalone shell. So we got kind of like a turquoise here. A little turquoise nugget. Bááh. Let's put a bááh in here. Black jet. Bááh. So black jet. No, that's right. So these are the different shells that are associated, different minerals that are associated with the different colors and the different directions. So you got yoshkei, dootł'izh, the sit'é, bááh. In the middle you got yode, your soft valuables. Then inside the center, the dootł'izh, your hard valuables, like what we see here, your jewelries. Okay, cool. Your jewelry. So those are the sacred minerals. So, when they came up into the fourth world, they got some dirt and stuff from the third world, from the mountains. So they remade the mountains, a few times. Okay, so they put some dirt in a piece of white shell and tied it in a buckskin. That's how the sit'é came. Turquoise, some mountain dirt, and a buckskin, tied it up. That's how they got Mont Taylor. And then they got abalone shell, some of the dirt from that mountain, tied it in a buckskin. And that's how this mountain came to be. Same thing, mountain dirt, black jet, and a buckskin all tied together. And that's how this mountain came to be. So, so if you see a medicine man, you pray that way for you. White shell feet, white shell legs, tsííkááʼ, dress you up in all these different things, standing for the different directions, parts of the days and the season, so that you can continue on your walking path in a good way. So one last one here. Here you go. Let me put the hooghan here. Bajad. Beni. Betos. Baglam. Dootł'izh. These not the nasas. Hakkasi. Tlagay. Dootł'izh. Kitsa. So, hakék'ehashchíín, your walking path. Okay, it's also a ceremonial doing. Someone that's been away for a long time, maybe in the hospital. Someone that went away to war. Somebody that has been away for a long time. You do this kind of ceremony. walking path ceremony. So, you just start off with the right on this side right here. I always start off with the right because the right is the beginning. Okay, so let's make a footprint here. The right side. Okay, so that's our white shell footprint. Okay, let's go to the side. It'll be left. So the toe come down and back up, pinky toe. Okay. So these are footprints, guys. So you got your turquoise footprint. Maybe I should make it blue. And then let's go with our third, which will be right side again. I should make it blue. Let's okay, dootł'izh coming back around. Left side again. Left side. Right side. Oops. Did I hit the Let's put this way. So it'll be right side first. Yeah, let's turn the footprint this way. Right, left, right. And then left side, which will be bááh. Okay, hakék'ehashchíín. So this is your walking path. You can, if you want to make it personal, put hakék'ehashchíín. Okay, so that's your walking path. Right here, you go through morning, noon, evening, night, spring, summer, fall, winter, east, south, west, north. Your protection system, so the depends on your So let's go back and let's go over this prayer again, and then we'll be done with my section. So I think it took about an hour. Okay. Agoshin, Kododorle, hakék'ehashchíín Sodazan, Ojodorle, Shamana Hassan, Shatra Yadeskil, in Saha case Nahata I na sihasin, Naho Kos, Ayolka no dootł'izh Naho tsííkááʼ, Dan Nihich'ííyáán, Sisnajin so Ziltog the Bensa, Yolkei, dootł'izh di Chitlabashini. Hooghan. Okay, so that is your walking path. Starting off with colors. One yisdzáán, hooghan woman, Shema, your mom. Tsahakis, thinking, planning, life and reflection. The directions, parts of the day, then the seasons, then the mountains, the bensa, and then the minerals, and then your footprints. You can go right, right, left. Female, male.
Yeah,
Oh.
So we'll hold on to your questions for at the end. We also have Mary coming on, who will be presenting about making traditional foods. And so while she is preparing, let me introduce Manny Fernandez from University of New Mexico, and he'll have a few words to say.
Hi.
Diné.
So me and Tamara, who will also speak after me, are graduate students at the University of New Mexico at the Linguistics Department, which is the Navajo language. And I have been studying Navajo for about a year and a half, 2 years. And my I guess what's interested me in the language is well, for one, it's a gorgeous, beautiful language, and I really just like the way everything puts together, and how the verbs, like even the linguistics of it is just like completely fascinating to me. But my research interests are in minority languages in general, and language shift and the sociolinguistics of that. So how younger generations are speaking as compared to older generations, and how in the interaction and change that goes on in minority languages. So how, like, people say, oh, we used to speak like this, used to speak like this, people speak like this, people speak like that. So I'm interested in actually what is that? Because because a lot of the materials that are written down about the language are, well, if you've seen a dictionary, it's a really big book that was written 50 years ago, and it's a really good book, fantastic. But but it'd be interesting to see more up to date, like instead of just sticking with this book that's written in the past, see what the language is doing now. But anyway, that's my little spiel about what interests me about Diné and Tamara.
I've also been studying Navajo for like 2 years now. And I'm also interested in sociolinguistic variation, like Manny is, and the differences in how people speak in different areas. But I'm also interested in how children acquire language, and yeah.
Okay, Mary, you ready?
Yeah. Can you see that?
Oh.
Can you guys see the screen? Okay. Let's see.
Yes, tell her yes.
Mary, we can see it.
Okay. Okay. Vocabulary bed that the Nihighan I don't be a don't net and shenigi a coco hooghan the Nihich'ííyáán danigi that bááh nishne di Nihich'ííyáán kill dootł'izh desido tsííkáaʼ sit'é a coco di be cooking verbs station bilagana echo yisbish to boil yisbish ado inda akwanegi bil nijitsi to stir something bil nijitsi ado inda jistis to cook jistis ado kwana ajil to make bijij to put something in a bowl or bijij ado inda kwana nane trajon jiz ekwanana jiz to pour liquid into something. Tajone is to knead the bread. need the bread or hadishin tajon nihigi. Dahilne. Genishmas. Yeah, you make it into a like a ball shape. Okay, let's go over it one more time. Yisbish Nihich'íín. Yisbish. Ado inda. Bishnijitsi. 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 Jistis. Jistis. Ajis'íín. Ajis'íín. Bijiji. Bijiji. Biyajizi. 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 Tajone. 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 Genismas. Genismas. Ado di cooking utensils. Sigi. Beta na agishe. Beta na agishe. Beta na agishe. Jala hastishe do. Beta na agishe. Stirring sticks. Nana asa. Asa. Bowl. Asa. Chiz. Wood. Chiz. Seed. Charcoal. Seed. Tro. Tro. Grad. Juniper. Grad. Kachabeda de dinich. Betrana agije. Nikishan. Betrana agije. Ado inda. Asa. Asa. Chiz. Chiz. Seed. Seed. Tro. Tro. Grad. Grad. Nijona? Ado kwanegi yat Nihich'ííyáán. Traditional food. Na dootł'izh. Na dootł'izh. This one here is blue bread. Na dootł'izh. Na kwanegi ya jizésí. These two, they mean the same thing just because it's regional words. Some people say jizésí. Na ya tsííkááʼ sit'é. At the beginning, you saw the tortillas that's roasted on charcoal. Jizésí do tsííkááʼ sit'é. Ado in the grad. Juniper ash. Grad. Let's go through it one more time. Na dootł'izh. Na dootł'izh. Jizésí. Jizésí. Tsííkááʼ sit'é. Tsííkááʼ sit'é. Grad. Grad. Ado nal kitigi da nos ado in the di bira hoshen di bedahui dos tsííkááʼ sit'é nana kat. Tsííkááʼ sit'é nana kat. Tsííkááʼ sit'é. At sipaka dasa tsíílko. Tsíílko tsííkááʼ sit'é anale. Tsíílko nana kat. Tsíílko nana kat. De neche na noskal. Tsííkááʼ sit'é ayolakan go inala. Tsííkááʼ sit'é ayolakan. Tsííkááʼ sit'é ayobislakan. Neche shin yobislakan tsííkááʼ sit'é. Akwada ado inda kad Manny nanane. Haish kid. Share the video.
Oh, wait 1 second. Stop share. I need to.
ya taus ni dabit nilia ado bikede ya zedese edo dauda tsííkááʼ sit'é walia kut'aw bitahuidol al kushin kad ya shay shillat ebenashchid shillat di kwa talla in ikalko akan ado naki ado inda tago ikalko akan bichiji di asa ado inda BLN واليدي BLN ايا دي دا تبلغانا كاتشو 1 teaspoon دلنا هنالت الشيدو بيتجي لو ايو هنا الشين نانا الشين الشيدو تبينا جيجي هوت اهكو ادو اندا توست دوغي ايا alla ikalko toseto alla ikalko kuya ya jize nde dilta trajon al besen jigijo halla hat besen jigijo ado inda eko le kando BLN elso besen jigishti akan ado inda alla ikalo di tro سقازگی آلچین دو بیچزه آدو ایندا توس دوگی لو آلچین دو نان سعی نزل هد آو نزلی نزل آدو هد آو تنجگیجو هد آو تنجگ جنو هد آو باه جیلی آدو ایندا دیشین gestation دوجت اهجت آشين ايا نجونكو باخات انتاني لكو انجونو باه جيل انجنا كو ادو اندا تخب بي يزيد نان هدا تخبي يزيد اشين دو ادو هدا جوني هدا تخجوني اشين دو تخبي نجتزي ادو اندا كو تخجون نهو نجرنا قد تتودي له هاي كويا ادو اندا تخجون نهو ابرزنيه كويا دو تجاو ايا دو هجو با نيليوستا نيل ادو اندا كويا أو نماز تخجون دي أو أولي دي أي تخوس ني أولي تخوس ني هدا تخوس ني أدو تخلى بي نانا سي تخلى بي نانا سي أدو إنت هدا نجرنكو تخجون نهو نجرنكو خاتين أدو شين سأدا نيلة با خلخجون ألا أجل إنكو إن نجرنكو house ni ba hat inchne kodi njornago ba house ni gi do de jeta ko di at enel trobi na akanigi eltro na di hot anjonobe trajonne ho ado ayot de gel eya na tanta sabi na jiji akoya do yo de je ile ta kadn le shon jone salin kad eya do in da hat at khajo taus ni gi hot annam namaz go chil namaz kad eya na dan akan dootł'izh دا دیلنیش نادا اکان dootł'izh باه dootł'izh ولیا باه dootł'izh اکوکو تزدا الانجیگی ایا دی نادا اکان نادا dootł'izh نا کیگو هت ای کالو نا کیگو ی کالگو hot au. Ado inda akone ya tro sedogi ya di grad walye grad ya trosedo bi ya jika ado inda betrana agije and betrana agije ko di ya hot au grado trosedogi betran dishkish kon jono hot au Trogi ayo dootł'izh ko. Ado inda na kan adan dootł'izh bicha ka al chindo beltranjigij hot a. A beltranjigij tranjigij. Konjon go. Tranjigij na dan kan dootł'izh hot a. Ado inda sabi na chido da chido bichiji. Ado inda hot a abel tranjigij. That Akanigi ayo yeah go the akan anle bahajle no long so ado inda kad ay halla be beltran Hanajigij edo da khajone go hot up. Aha shinzache. Kodiat en trosedogi edid na dan akan eshin hot abe nicht akanigi hot ado namazdaleta. Koko ado inda dik at tro ado inda الصخو أي قد أين ليت لوده na dan namas na dan dootł'izh edatilnil o de dootł'izh edatilnil qad aya qot'ehe qode ya qad aya zdesedo dootł'izh na dormil ado inda di aya tshij aya di tshij di aya qabe nana kunna aya tshijigi alfo da kan inda alfo da kan ado inda di si di aya si doqa si di aya jo de kan alfo da hada tsin tshij da hada kan di aya ko tsaji ni so nana ko di qa si di aya jidasa aya jisi ado inda qad aya ba anta adilni ya kut جن مساحت جن مساحت داین دهات تاسنیگی هات گوجیلی هایست داین ده نجکت نسکاد نجنکت نهلا آدو آبن جنو آنتی هات جنگو آنتی آدوین دن جنگو آنتی تو وجس نجنکاتو نتهليله آدوین نتهليله دو ایا قد tsííkáاء قد ایدی tsííkáاء sit'é وليه جدسد وليه أبكان جاء آدوين دايت سنان لا ايا ايا bááh dootł'izh gíll another díl. Bááh dootł'izh. Hut so Jinil mas hut Jinil mas hut tsííkááʼ go hut do in dal. Nihich'íín donanen Nihich'íín do in da abin journal. Naja na kigo da dilni kodi ya shane dootł'izh go Jinil mas na da dootł'izh oledi da altsojil na ya di tsííkáaʼ dootł'izh nachiltis ado tsííkáaʼ sit'é dilet sanada dilnis kadeya ado inda dinan hojonan ni jon dot koya do don hits out the dollista digi na kigone na dolni kadeya non tsííkáaʼ na dot shahi hadoni di an johnny jona go bááh dootł'izh jona bááh do inda kwe sana dolni tsííkáaʼ sit'é so hajini squado in the hot on namas house ni namas jili ado in the altsazol tsonlod on nahijo also jonago alta inle ado nakat chene yo ida hol tsííkááʼ del ado in the la sen hadala ya sabda hila nanes kade naneshkad tiko nanes kade enale de neche not noskal dit no beda hitralen den hado in dat asago nada dilnis nane di tsííkáaʼ sit'é olia tsííkáaʼ sit'é kedan shin hada tlode chiana da jilinde kadeya bedati tseo bespedel tle hada tahide ya hada beda iltes tlode da esa ayo bahayos nahante kadenga di honi kiki soshona shni dilnigi benina kade hamage nasi khao halchne an hiyo da house beda house ata bedino kodi hamage adene chinya anki beda jleho beda hojos kon leinas de shia do na honskita halchne bahadis ko hote nan di de jitesse walia
Okay.
Okay, Manny, do you have the other one? The gut?
Yes, let me play that one sec. Let me open that.
Okay. Okay, so while you're playing, castle 1 cup so that was the way our grandparents or grandmothers and mother that was their measurement, their way of measuring food. Okay. Hanan kid.
Okay.
Yana eye iye he yana eya he yana eye iye he yana eye ne yo shike yan jaune te nansa shiran ho jaune te nansa wo ne yo shite pena khe te nansa shilin Anenete iye nanasa wow neyo shimato shije sekete iye nanasa shimasane to shiche sekete iye nanasa wow neyo shinale aheskete iye nanasa bilhaje nahastwa ete iye nanasa Neo, Eyana, 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 Neo. Shik ebete selite nanasa she ateni oni ke hate nanasa wow neo she ajishit nente nanasa she awe shit nene nanasa wow neo sit'é nanasa shitsi hasingo has ante nanasa wow neo tiltatian has ante nanasa shinahaga shitne nanasa wow neo Heyana 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 neo Sit'é hojan de go nanasa shikeshte hojan de go nanasa wow neo shiage hojan de go nanasa shikeke hojan de go nanasa wow neo Shinaden tahatso hojan de go nanasa shizade ha hojan de go nanasa wow neo Sa'na rein shlin go nanasa big hojon shlin go nanasa wow neo heyana 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 neo hey yanga way yanga way yanga away hey yanga kenash lishik kenash fish in the bizzle away hey yanga eka bishi kenash fish such etchin away hey yanga way yanga way yanga way yanga away hey yanga Bile kana bile sana bile kan away hey yanga bilan has ake bitak eke itila away hey yanga way yanga way yanga away hey yanga Enota eka nataka ayo bislakan away hey yanga nebin taka nataka ye ya away hey yanga way yanga away hey e na he le na o le be le kan away hey yanga na be ho gotten se be go e yo be le kan away hey yanga way yanga way ya way yanga way ya way yanga way yanga away hey yanga e yanga to jango ayo le kan away hey yanga chile we te atego ayo le kan away hey yanga way yanga way ya way yanga way ya way yanga way yanga away hey yanga way yanga way ya way yanga way ya way yanga way yanga away hey hey
no way yo no no way yo show no way yo way hala na she de she na nashna tabeko ne jone ko yeshat hala na she ana todes we hala na she de she nashna tabeko ne jone ko yeshat hala na she ana todes we
Okay. That last film video, the volume was really low, so we just decided to do a subtitle over the video. So I hope you'll be able to go back and get the recipe and then kind of figure out. For those of you that don't know how to build a fire, so you can also, we wanted to put that in so we can show you how to start an open fire. So and then there's some questions that's coming up at the end. So the Kuigola Orkil 725. Do you all want to learn how to sing the song? Okay.
Nope.
I'll unmute them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's all. Okay, so the first one, Nihich'ííyáán, tsííkááʼ sit'é nunnakat, Nihich'íín.
tsííkááʼ
Tsííkááʼ nunnakat.
Tsííkááʼ sit'é nunnakat.
Oh, tsííkááʼ sit'é. Tsííkááʼ sit'é at'é sibbakááʼ dasá'áh.
Tsííkááʼ sit'é at'é sibbakááʼ dasá'áh.
Johnny, skis go tsííkááʼ sit'é anale. Skis go nunnakat. Skis go nunnakat.
That's what it is.
Detnache,
It's supposed to be that tone.
Detnache, not no.
Tsííkááʼ sit'é ayotlakan inala.
Tsííkááʼ sit'é ayotlakan inala.
Nane kunegi eya. tsííkááʼ sit'é ayótlakan.
tsííkááʼ sit'é ayótlakan.
Niché tsííkááʼ sit'é ayóbitlakan.
tsííkááʼ sit'é ayóbitlakan.
Oh, nisranayé. Once you start learning the song, and then you can get into the rhythm of singing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Small pieces.
kodiye.
Ashkehat.
Oh,
Hello. Ashkehat.
Kodiya, Mary. Mary?
oh,
Yeah.
kodi.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I think maybe it's my end. It's a little bit, it's kind of freezing up for me. Okay, Kodiya, Mary.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
it's 7:30. So we will start wrapping up right now. We have a short survey that we will ask you to fill out. Someone will share the link here shortly. Mr. Joey will share the link here in the chat room. If you could take just a few minutes to fill out our very, very short survey and give us some feedback. And also, one of the things I would ask you, that I asked you to put in the survey, is if you know of any people, anyone who, or perhaps yourself, anyone who lives in the city of Albuquerque and would like to present some cultural knowledge, put that information down, put a contact, a place where I can either call you or an email address, so that we can start also having other community members participate in Diné Culture Night. So let me see here. I am going to share my screen. Did we put the survey up?
Double click screen.
Right here.
Double click screen.
Oh. What do you mean?
Stop share. New share. Double click screen.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, so, just to share a little bit about our program with you, our Navajo language program at UNM, we do offer a minor in Diné Bazad. Here is a list of courses that we offer. Anything for the minor program starts from NAVA 2110. So, and we also have a NAVA 2120 that counts towards the minor program. And here are a list of several classes as well. The NVJO 315 class is called Advanced Navajo, and that class is a class that is not required for the minor, but you can take it as an elective. In the fall, I'll be teaching NVJO 311. And here is a list of classes. And if you wanted to study other things about the Navajo language, you can always sign up for a Navajo 495 or 595 class, which we call undergraduate and graduate problems. Here are our faculty members. I work with Professor Mary Woolley and also Dr. Dolly Manson. We offer a Robert Young Scholarship. A lot of people are not aware of this. The Robert Young Scholarship is for University of New Mexico students who are studying the Navajo language or an indigenous language of the Southwest. So we usually offer this scholarship to students in the area of linguistics, or those who are in the area of educational linguistics, and also Navajo minors. We have 3 graduate assistants. You guys met Tamara Yazzie earlier this evening. We also have Jalon Gay, who is currently in the East Coast, and he's working on finalizing his dissertation. And then we also have Manny Fernandez, and I didn't get a picture of Manny yet. Here are a couple of shots from in the classroom. We have Mary, Professor Willie teaching a class, and we have Dr. Manson teaching a class on the right side. We offer tutoring. The Navajo language program hires a Navajo tutor every semester, but we also have support from what they call CAPS. And CAPS also offers a Navajo language tutor. So we have a lot of support for our Navajo students. You guys met our culture consultants that we worked with this academic year. The Diné Culture Night started at the Lobo Rainforest so we could connect with the Navajo students that are staying in that in those apartments. Those apartments are called Lobo Rainforest. And here you see Mary teaching for Culture Night. And the next one, we also have Mr. Chi here, Werlance, teaching for another Diné Culture Night. We usually provide, you know, some light snacks for the students. So like I mentioned, Diné Culture Night started at the Lobo Rainforest. And after this, our current situation, we had to move it online. Last November, we invited Mr. Kevin Berlin, and we had the shoe game, and we plan on inviting him again this winter, but we'll see how things turn out. We also had what we call an Indigenous Language is Life panel. So we do offer different types of things for our UNM students. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit of what we do. And this is our final Diné Culture Night for the semester. And we will now open it up for questions. Please retype your questions if you had a question. And while we're waiting for some questions to come in.
You can verbally ask the question too.
Okay. Or you can also verbally ask a question.
Melvi, someone asked me if there's going to be an online class continue like in the fall. I guess that's to be determined, but.
Hold on. Can you hear me, Maddie?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You mean at UNM?
Yes. Are we going to continue teaching it online?
I think they're working that out right now. I know they want to limit the number of students that will be present on campus. So, you know, it's really going to depend on the situation. Some classes that can definitely fully go online will most likely go online. Classes that need some face-to-face, you know, meetings will probably end up meeting like once a week rather than the twice a week or the 3 times a week. It looks like right now. If you know, if number of infections go up, then I'm sure everyone will be asked to stay home again. Then in which case all instruction will probably then move to online. So I don't have a good answer.
Oh yeah, it was more about the introduction to.
Okay, so there's a question that says, for cedar ash, when's the best time to collect branches to burn to make ash? The cedar ash, it's green year round. So about this time is probably the best time because they don't sprout, they're green all year round, but in the spring when everything else is blooming, I usually collect cedar ash, around this time and then throughout the summer, and then I usually save it. Make like about a coffee size coffee pot niki. So I usually put it in there, or if you can put it in a plastic jar too. It stays fresh when you put it in a jar. Okay. Tonight's presentation, it's video. We recorded the session, and then you can also find it on YouTube.
Becky's asking about the sacred rivers. Can y'all hear me?
The sacred rivers.
Yes, what are the sacred, what are they? Like what are the sacred rivers? That might be a question for Warlock.
So I guess every river would be sacred. That'll be the answer to that question. So if you want to go back to the stick game, Rio Grande River to the east, Tobacan, the Male River, then the tsííkááʼ, the Nihighan, a little Colorado River to the south, Green River, Colorado River, bááh, the female to the west, and then the tsííkááʼ and Nihighan, San Juan River. Plus, you know, there's a lot of other rivers out there too that are secret, so within communities.
What kind of offerings do you make to the rivers?
Oh, who unmuted me here? Hakushi, you can do corn pollen, whatever you have, white corn, yellow corn. If you have white shell, dootł'izh, so you know, so you hire a medicine man, he'll probably most likely do white shell, turquoise, abalone, black jet offering with what do you call cattail corn pollen, the dark corn pollen, and then we'll use some other things, you know, to make it come to life for you, with the prayers and songs including. So you know, or whatever you have at the time, you can use that as an offering. So you know, even just your prayer or a song. So then you can get more specific as you go into more ceremonial offerings. Cool. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah.
Mr. Chi, what does hakék'ehashchíín mean?
It can mean a variety of things. It can mean your dad, your mom. So the way I was taught, one, it means your dad. So sa'ahnaga means he goes out and provides. Is what a father's supposed to do. Firewood, these days, money, clothes, food, you know, pay the trash, the water, electricity, cell phone, cable bills, you know, provide all that. So male can also mean talking God, white corn boy, corn pollen boy. That duality. The mother, from the inside of the hooghan all the way back to the old age doorway. That would be your mom, your grandma, your nully lady. She sits at home with everything that the man provides, you know. She has white shell basket, turquoise, abalone, black chip basket. Nat nidget nan set bay in not select it on what that she's done. Nidden nashes on the baby. I was jungle. What up? A masana satata. So she has that basket with all her valuables, her animals, her food, her evergrowth, her grinding stones, her steering sticks, all that stuff that grew out of the earth. That's her home and her tools to provide for her kids. Ado and all the different kind of life forms that are around her. And then Nash, it's gonna be never ending. It's gonna always be a continuous cycle. So there's one would be man and woman, mom, dad, the most basic one. Provider and care, someone to care for you. Just the way we talked about the home today. When you're with your mom, security, you feel that love. So no. She makes you feel good when she talks to you in those kind of ways, calling you my little one, my child. So that's one way to look at it. So that's the way I usually explain it to people coming into puberty. So did I answer your question?
Oh, Nihighan.
Yeah.
We have a question from Charlotte Davidson. According to our creation narratives, when did the hooghan emerge?
Okay, so black world, dootł'izh blue world, so yellow world. Ado hajine ya halkai. Kwaigi. Sa'é discuss the glittering world. So there's a couple of different versions. But right, hajine it's a badagi, right there. When we came up into this present world before monsters were born, So kwaitsa. Zando Yadashkil, the Mother Earth, the Father Sky. Those are the first things that were put together, They sang the home songs. If you know the Natacho one begin ya. The leader way home songs, case by Yadashkil Nidya. So there's a whole set of 15 songs, okay, that tells a story about how the first home came into being. And it's not a female home, it's a male home. That's Ahigia Hawam Khagi. So so right, Ajine Badagi Kwagi. One being be hit that snot though, be old zin. How do we kiddo one Adigi. Before that, touch it. It's a large. So, yeah. So the hooghan was put here as we came up into the fourth world after the third world flooded. Some say in the fifth world. It's the present world. So, but I would think it's the fourth world. I know there's a lot of debates out there. Everybody thinks differently. Everybody lives differently. So everybody has different teachings, different stories. If we all thought the same way, talked the same way, we would all be the same. I don't think that would be any fun. So, what that?
We have a question from Erica. This looks like it's for Mary. How do you tell the difference between juniper and cedar? Does this matter for the bread and blue corn mush? Diné?
The cedar, the leaves, it's kind of thick. The leaves are usually thick, and the juniper, the leaves are a little bit more narrow, so, and you'll see as you there's like a group of cedar trees, and then a group of juniper tree. They're the same thing, cedar and juniper.
Hakoshi. If there aren't any other questions, then Bedlaos kit, so we can wrap up now.
Okay.
Please. Oh, not please, but take a few minutes and fill out our survey. And if you would like to be added to our Diné Culture Night community email list, put your email into survey and we will add you. And we are over by about 15 something,
I got an
10
announcement
minutes.
too.
Oh, and we
I don't know
have
if
one
anybody has
announcement.
announcements. Anybody have an announcement?
Do we have a song?
Sean?
Someone has a song?
No, may we have a song to end with?
Yeah, if you record, you stop. Okay, so online language, Navajo language classes, which was for adults, we started back in February. So we went online about a month ago. We had 2 classes so far. Our next one will be Monday, 5:30 to about 7, maybe 7:30. So we'll have 4 lessons. There's 4 different teachers now, so there's not only 2. So everybody's gonna have their own lesson. The 11th, and then the last one will be on the 25th of May, and then from there we'll figure out what we're gonna be doing for the summer. So if we're still on lockdown, I guess we'll continue to see what happens. But after the 25th, we'll decide if we're gonna continue the Navajo language classes or not. And I'll send out information on that this weekend. The Zoom link and everything that goes with it. That's it. Thank you.
Hello, may I add I sent my email to you about the singers, Diné singers. That's all I want to say about it. I left my email there so you can read it. I'm looking for singers for the video. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a question. Where's the survey at? Where's the survey at?
Oh, for me?
No, we'll post the link again. 1 second.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Lots of chats, so it gets buried quickly, but there it is.
Thank you for getting online, and it helps. I went out home this weekend to collect juniper and add the decido dootł'izh. So it felt really good to be home, and also I go out home to check on my house, my late parents' house. So it was fun, and I enjoyed preparing, and so when you go out and do things, that's how a lot of demonstration, that's how I learned, was through my first language is Navajo. But I feel like I'm losing my language because I don't speak it all the time. And I felt bad. There's some areas I was trying to think of words. But I know what it's like to lose a language. So yeah, go out.
May you end with a song?
We'll follow your lead, Rashawn.
Oh, shorty.
Oh, Bila, maybe when the question's over.
Rishi?
Any more questions?
If there are no more questions, we will end with a song. Ado Mary, maybe you can share your SIPI Navajo language class to online, Nigi. There are a couple of comments about how do we sign up for class Bakatna. So Oshi Aja Bakati Lich. Ado Adilskoto Ad.
When's the best time to collect cedar branches, Bakat? Kadish? recording, she's. Oh. Got it?
Okay.
Oh,
Yep.